Exponents. This isn't going to take us very long to go through, so you're going to want to just pay attention, and like I said, it will go fairly quick. So first of all, we're going to talk about what b to the 1 over n power means. Okay, b to the 1 over n power basically means the nth root of b. Okay, it means the nth root of b. So if n is a 3, it would be the cube root. If n is a 4, it would be the 4th root. So it's going to be whatever root you have there. Okay? And so if you look here, 27 to the 1/3 is the cube root of 27. We know if we break down 27, we're going to get that answer to be 3. Likewise, if we have negative 16 to the 1/2 power, that's the square root of negative 16. We know that the square root of negative 16 is 4i. So first of all we have to do on these first ones is write these in radical form. So x to the 1/6. Okay, radical form means that I've got to put the radical sign like this. So what's going to go inside the radical? X. What's going to go outside? 6, and I'm going to put a little 6 right there. And there you go. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now this next one's a little different. I've got my radical symbol here. Okay, what's going to go inside? D. And then a 4 is going outside, but what happens to this? The 7 goes right with the D. Okay, so whatever power that is will attach itself with the variable that you have. Questions on that? So let's look at this one, write in exponential form. So this is just kind of the opposite. So we're given radical, we're now going to write in exponential form. So that first one will be y to the what power? 1/5. Okay? So I want you to think about that next one and think about how that's different. Okay? We know it's going to have a c, right? So what do you think my exponent will be? Negative 5 over 3, exactly right. It's going to be whatever power is with the c, and then you're always going to divide it by the one that's outside. So c to the negative 5/3. So think you can handle both of those? Mm-hmm. Next one. Okay. I want you to think about how you can solve that one right there, or write that in exponential form.
It already is, isn't it?
Not the final answer. So what do you think you should do?
Well, 7 would be outside.
Add the numerator.
Add the,
No.
you're close, just be a little bit more, add what?
Yeah.
Specific, add the exponents, there you go. So I'm going to add 2/7 and 4/7. What is 2/7 and 4/7? 6/7. And there you go. Okay. Now on this next one, we've got a little bit of a problem, and the problem is the negative exponents. You can't answer negative exponents. Okay, just can't do it. And so what a negative exponent essentially means is that I move it to the denominator. Okay, so if I had a fraction like this, and I want to make that exponent positive, I'm going to move it down to the bottom. So really on the top I have 1 over b to the 5/6. Now one of the problems we have here is that you can't have a fractional exponent in the denominator. Just can't do it. So I've got to somehow figure out a way to make this like b to the first. So if I think about that, I've got to make this b to the first. So I'm going to multiply it by b to some power. So I need to think to myself, what plus 5/6 makes 1? Or what plus 5/6 would make 6/6?
1/6.
1/6. So I've got b to the 1/6 on both the top and the bottom. So on the top, if I multiply, what do I get?
B to the 1/6.
b to the 1/6. On the bottom, what do I get when I multiply? b to the first. And there you go. Just b. So real quick, let's look at another one of those. Okay, just to make sure we understand. If I had r to the negative 4/5, what am I going to do? Yep, put a 1 in the denominator. And so really, how could I write that then?
1 over
1 over r to the
4/5.
4/5. Now I got to get rid of that 4/5. So I need to think to myself, r to the first. I've got to get r to the first somehow. So- R to the 1/5. Very good. So on the top, I would have r to the 1/5. On the bottom, you have r to what power? The 5/5, which is just r. Okay, so basically you just have to think, what plus that fraction you're given will give you 1. The final thing we're going to talk about, any questions by the way? Final thing we're going to talk about is how you simplify that. And I actually have a typo. There you go. That should be the square root of 3. Okay, so we're going to simplify things a little bit. Okay, 27. If I were to break that down, okay, break it down using the factor tree, what would 27 break down to? 3s, yep. So 3 and 9, 3 and 3. So really 27 is 3 to what power? The third. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these now in exponential form. That means with an exponent. Remember, get rid of the radical. So on the top, what will that be? 3 to what power? 3 to the close. 3/4. Okay, this is 3 cubed, right? And then we're just going to divide it by that 4. On the bottom, what power will that be? 3 to the 1/2. Remember, when there's no number written, it's always implied to be a 2. So then now let's think about things. I have 3 to the 3/4 on top, 3 to the 1/2 on the bottom. Same basis. What do you do with these exponents? If you divide, what do you do with the exponents? Subtract. Okay, so 3/4 minus 1/2 is 1/4, and there you go. That is your answer. You might see this also written as the 4th root of 3. It doesn't matter. Either of those is acceptable. So that next one's going to look really familiar because we've kind of already done problems like this. In fact, you might already know what the answer is going to be.
8.
Ooh, close. Okay, what's the cube root of 64? 4. Z squared. Do I have an even, odd case?
No.
Nope, so that's just going to be your answer. Okay, so now what's going to happen is your assignment is gonna be located on page 426. 16 through 50, the evens, not 38 and not 42, okay? Not 38 and not 42. Alright? I'll even throw off number 28. Okay? I'll even take that one off for you. So, shouldn't take you very long. And we'll probably have a short quiz tomorrow.